It's the 11th of April 2026. Welcome to Light TV Main News. Quote of the day. Trust is built with consistency and broken with a single moment of doubt. The headlines. Government revises 2026 budget amid rising expenditure needs. Government raises payments for traditional leaders. Police clarifies staffing exercise over internal vacancies. And Copper Queens open FIFA series against Canada. With the news in detail, my name is Joel Chisompola. The government has approved the revised 2026 national budget aimed at addressing rising expenditure pressures and ensuring continued delivery of public services. The decision was made during the 5th cabinet meeting held yesterday at State House, chaired by President Hakainde Hichilema. Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mutwa says the revision follows higher than anticipated expenditure requirements in the 2026 fiscal year, driven in part by external economic pressures. Mr. Mutwa notes that global developments, including rising fuel costs linked to the conflicts in the Persian Gulf region, have negatively affected Zambia's economy, compelling government to make fiscal adjustments to maintain stability and protect citizens. He adds that the suspension of VAT and customs and excise duties on fuel introduced to cushion citizens has reduced domestic revenue and widened the financing gap. Cabinet has also approved in principle the introduction of the Penal Code Amendment Bill of 2026 to impose stiffer penalties for stock theft. Meanwhile, Cabinet received a briefing from a Vietnamese delegation led by former Agriculture Minister Dr. KODI Pat on that country's agricultural transformation, with government describing it as a valuable model for Zambia. The Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, MWAMVELAKO, has welcomed recent judicial appointments made by President Hakainde Hichilema, describing them as a step toward advancing gender equality in key governance institutions. In a statement, MWAMVELAKO Executive Director Mbewe Anamela says the appointment of 28 women out of 40 nominees to the Supreme Court, Constitutional Court, Court of Appeal, and High Court reflects commitment to addressing historical gender imbalances. The organization says inclusive leadership strengthens justice delivery, democratic governance, and public confidence in state institutions. MWAMVELAKO has since congratulated all nominees and called for continued gender-responsive appointments across all sectors, including parastatals.
The Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, MWAMVELAKO, commends President Hakainde Hichilema on the recent appointments to the Judiciary and the Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ, as announced by State House on 9th of April 2026. Specifically, the appointment of 28 women out of the 40 nominees to the Supreme Court, Constitutional Court, Court of Appeal, and High Court marks a notable step towards correcting historical gender imbalances within critical governance institutions. This progress reflects a growing recognition that inclusive leadership strengthens justice delivery. It also strengthens democratic governance and public confidence in state institutions. These nominations also affirm that with political will, it is possible to make merit-based appointments that include qualified female citizens that are readily available to serve. These appointments further represent a significant advance in Zambia's global and regional commitments to gender equality and inclusive governance. They conform to international and regional frameworks that include the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW, the SADC Protocol on Gender and Development, the African Union Agenda 2063, and the Solemn Declaration on Gender Equality in Africa, as well as Sustainable Development Goal number 5. Most importantly, the appointments are fully consistent with the Constitution of Zambia, which enshrines the principles of equality, non-discrimination, and inclusive representation in public institutions. While we acknowledge the positive progress, we urge the President to continue applying the same commitment to gender-responsive and inclusive appointments across all sectors of government. This includes parastatal bodies and other public offices. In this regard, we reiterate our call for the establishment of the Gender Commission as provided for in Article 231 of the Constitution of Zambia to ensure continuous oversight of gender mainstreaming across the public and private sectors. Sustained and intentional action is essential to ensure that women are equally represented at all levels of decision making. I thank you.
323 Zambians have demanded a 10 billion kwacha refund through a court action filed in the Lusaka High Court following an alleged investment scam involving Oteri Joela Limited. The plaintiffs, who claim they were defrauded last year, have sued Airtel Mobile, Commerce Zambia Limited, MTN Money Limited, and Zambia Information and Communications Technology Authority, ZICTA, accusing them of negligence. They allege that the defendants' platforms were used as conduits for a pyramid scheme operated by a named fraudster. The victims are seeking damages for mental and emotional distress, as well as any other relief the court may deem appropriate. Court documents indicate that the alleged fraudster operated an online investment scheme in 2024, promising high returns within short periods. The matter has since been reported to law enforcement authorities after ZICTA reportedly shut down the account linked to the scheme. The Minister of Health, Dr. Alex Katakwe, attended the Resident Doctors Association of Zambia Annual General Meeting and Scientific Conference. The meeting brought together RDAZ members under the theme Building a Brighter Future, Advancing Science, Innovation, and Workforce Strengthening for a Resilient Health System. The conference is focusing on strengthening health systems through innovation, research, and improved workforce capacity.
Health system that is resilient, innovative, equitable, and future-ready. Let us build a health system that every Zambian can be proud of. Let us build a brighter future for Zambia.
Indeed, Honorable Minister, and sometimes we are just using pure faith that one day we'll get that promotion. Honorable Minister, we are greatly encouraged by the planned recruitment of more healthcare workers, like you've highlighted. What we need now is transparency, because even a doctor needs a doctor. Honorable Minister, with these few words, I would love to thank you and your team for coming, to grace this event.
Lusaka Central Member of Parliament, Mulambe Haimbo, has handed over a newly constructed double-story classroom block at Bauleni Secondary School. The facility comprises 6 fully furnished classrooms, offices, improved sanitation, and disability-friendly access, delivered through the Constituency Development Fund at a cost of about 4.1 million kwacha. Mr. Haimbe says the project reflects government's commitment to improving access to quality education. Meanwhile, renovation works at Prince Takamado Primary School have also been completed, including the replacement of asbestos roofing. Education authorities say the developments will ease congestion and provide a safer learning environment for pupils. We take our first set of commercials. Join me for more news on the other side.
Hi, welcome to Kisha Classical Tour, where style meets affordability. We have great quality clothes, slippers, speak of anything you would like to wear, we have it here. We are located in Avondale Small Market near the complex. You can reach us on 09735000044 on WhatsApp. Then for Instagram or Facebook, you can search for Kisha Classical Tour. We have nice clothes that you will love at affordable price. Then for delivery, we do deliver within Lusaka and outside Lusaka. Outside Lusaka, we use couriers such as Platinum. So please come through. We deliver countrywide. Then within Lusaka, we use bikes to deliver. So we are able to reach you anywhere, wherever you are. We are able to reach you.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. The Zambia Police Service has clarified concerns raised by members of the public over the recently conducted staffing exercise, saying the process was lawful and transparent. In a statement, Police Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilavi says the exercise was undertaken to fill vacancies created through retirements, resignations, and attrition within the service. He explains that the exercise mainly targeted qualified civilian employees already working within the institution, allowing them to transition into the mainstream police establishment. Mr. Chilavi adds that some positions were also offered to candidates on the 2023 waiting list, as well as individuals with critical technical skills. He says the staffing exercise is separate from the regular public recruitment process, and the service remains committed to fairness, professionalism, and integrity.
It's noted with concern the public complaints and misconceptions surrounding the recently conducted staffing exercise, particularly claims that the process lacked transparency. We wish to clearly state that due to retirements, attrition, and resignation among personnel, the service sought and obtained the necessary authority to fill the resulting vacancies. In this regard, internal advertisements were issued mainly to qualified civilian employees within the service, giving them an opportunity to transition into the regular police or mainstream establishment. In addition, several positions were offered to candidates who remained on the waiting list in the database from the 2023 recruitment exercise, as well as to individuals with essential technical and trade skills. This internal exercise was necessary to strengthen manpower capacity, especially in preparation for upcoming national assignments. Such internal recruitment and placements are common in many public institutions, not just the Zambia Police Service. We wish to emphasize that this exercise is different from the regular recruitment exercise, which is widely advertised to the public and is yet to be conducted. The Zambia Police Service remains a professional institution committed to fairness and integrity in all its operations, including recruitment. Thank you.
The government has increased subsidies for traditional leaders and wages for their retainers following the implementation of a presidential directive. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development says the upward adjustment takes effect from January 2026. Ministry Permanent Secretary for Administration, Dr. Gabriel Pollen, says the decision follows an announcement made by President Hakainde Hichilema during the Kulamba traditional ceremony of the Chewa people in Katete District, Eastern Province, in August 2025. Dr. Pollen says the government has now implemented the directive, resulting in revised monthly payments for paramount chiefs, senior chiefs, chiefs and their retainers. He explains that under the new structure, paramount chiefs, senior chiefs, and chiefs will each receive an increase of 5,000 kwacha, while retainers will receive an increase of 3,000 kwacha. With the adjustment, monthly subsidies and wages now stand at 18,000 kwacha for paramount chiefs, 16,500 kwacha for senior chiefs, 15,000 kwacha for chiefs, and 5,500 kwacha for retainers. Dr. Pollen adds that arrears for January and February 2026 have already been paid together with March subsidies and wages. The ministry has since directed provincial administration officers to inform all traditional leaders and retainers of the new arrangements. The Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, has recorded an improvement in loan repayments in Mpika district of Muchinga province. Small and Medium Enterprises Development Minister Mufunelo Malama says the commission has achieved a repayment rate of over 50% among beneficiaries at Chilonga and Tazara markets. Mr. Malama says the development reflects growing financial discipline among traders and responsible use of empowerment funds. He adds that CEEC has allocated 700,000 kwacha for entrepreneurs in Musakanya, Chilonga, and Tazara markets, urging beneficiaries to invest in productive ventures. Meanwhile, Mpika Administrative Officer Stephen Mulenga says expanding mining activities in the district is creating new business opportunities, attracting increased interest from investors seeking to establish large-scale enterprises. The Minister of Tourism, Rodney Sikumba, has launched the Livingstone International Culture and Arts Festival, LICAF 2026. The ceremony marks the commencement of the year's festival, which celebrates Zambia's rich cultural heritage, artistic excellence, and creative diversity. LICAF continues to serve as a key platform for promoting cultural exchange, boosting tourism growth, and empowering local artists and creatives. The Ministry of Tourism has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting initiatives that showcase Zambia's unique cultural identity while contributing to the development of the tourism sector. Mr. Sikumba has further disclosed that Zambia will undertake a reciprocal visit to Ghana with a delegation of fashion designers to showcase the country's creative industry and strengthen cultural cooperation.
In Zambia here, so they are able to showcase what we have to offer, and we're going to spice it up with our organic cuisine, as I like to call them. This is the power of cultural tourism. It connects people, it does spark conversations, and builds friendship across borders. When people connect, I do believe that economies grow. When Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as government, we remain committed to ensuring that Zambia, and Livingstone in particular, continues to thrive as a tourism destination. And just a few weeks ago, we all saw how we managed to illuminate the city of Livingstone, improving safety across the city, and also enhancing accessibility and supporting the vision of a 24-hour economy. Unfortunately, where we come from, people always see things with a political lens, but I can safely tell you that a 24-hour economy is what will actually be a strong heartbeat for this city and indeed Zambia as a whole. This, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very important. We as government are purely an enabler. And as you have seen, we are working on redeveloping this particular cultural village. And I just want you, the discerning entrepreneur, to take time and understand how you can support this particular venue. This is not for government to run, but for you, the private sector rather, to be able to come with those brilliant ideas and come and work with us. We'll build it for you, but we don't know how to run these facilities. But what is important for us is that you tell us how you want to run it so that we have a win-win situation.
We take our second break. On the other side, join me for sports and international news.
Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia, established since 1964, and its membership has been growing at a significant rate, comprising of both local denominations, local congregations, faith-based organizations, mission agencies, and parachurch organizations countrywide. The contributions of EFZ to the holistic societal transformation has widened over the years, and the church has experienced phenomenal increase. With the Holy Bible as their final authority, coupled with evangelism and discipleship, a holistic ministry as service is of top value. To value the local church and value unity and partnerships, integrity and excellence, together with justice and equality, are our values. Get in touch with us on the number +260 9651 35214 or email info@efz.org.zm, or come through at plot number 8665 Kamloops Road, Lusaka, Zambia. Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. And sports news. The Zambia senior women's national team, the Copper Queens, kick off their FIFA Series campaign this afternoon against Canada at the Arena Pantanal in Cuiabá, Brazil. The match, set for 15 hours local time and 21 hours Zambian time, will be Zambia's first ever meeting with the 9th-ranked Canadian side. Assistant coach Charles Halubono will lead the Copper Queens in this preparatory tournament ahead of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The team features a blend of experienced players and emerging talent, including stars from Zambia's FIFA World Cup squad and youngsters from the Under-17 World Cup. Canada, meanwhile, has named a strong squad featuring experienced internationals returning from injury and recent competitions. After today's clash, Zambia will face Brazil on Tuesday before concluding their campaign against Korea next weekend. In international news, nearly 400 people have been sentenced in Nigeria after being convicted over links to militant Islamist groups, including Boko Haram and the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP. The convicts received sentences ranging from 5 years to life imprisonment following trials held in the Federal High Court in Abuja. More than 500 suspects were brought before the court on charges including participation in attacks, financing militant activities, supplying arms, and providing logistical support. On Friday, 386 were convicted, while 2 were acquitted and 8 discharged. Cases involving 112 suspects are still ongoing. The trials come as Nigeria faces mounting insecurity, with authorities battling militant groups, separatist movements, and widespread kidnappings for ransoms across the country. That note brings us to the end of the main news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. Government revises 2026 budget amid rising expenditure needs. Government raises pay for traditional leaders. Police clarifies staffing exercise over internal vacancies. And Copper Queens open FIFA series against Canada.